Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to manually install an Obsidian plugin. If you've ever downloaded a plugin outside of Obsidian's built-in community plugin browser, perhaps from a developer's GitHub release page, a shared folder, or a private distribution link, this tutorial will show you exactly how to install it correctly. Manual installation is useful when a plugin isn't available in the official marketplace or when you want to test a newer version before it's published. Before getting started, make sure you're only downloading plugins from sources you trust, and consider creating a backup of your vault if you're making major changes to your setup. Let's begin by opening Obsidian and selecting the vault where you want the plugin installed. This step is important because plugins are stored separately for each vault. Installing a plugin in one vault won't automatically make it available in another vault, so double-check that you're working in the correct location before proceeding. Once you're inside the right vault, look toward the bottom left corner of the Obsidian window and click the gear icon to open Settings. The Settings area is where you'll manage all plugin-related options, along with appearance settings, editor preferences, and other customization features. In the Settings sidebar, click Community Plugins. If this is your first time using community plugins, you may see a prompt asking you to enable them. Go ahead and enable community plugins if necessary. This turns off safe mode and allows Obsidian to load third-party code. That's completely normal for manually installed plugins, but it's another reason why you should only use plugins from reputable developers. Next, look for the Installed Plugins section. Near this area, you'll see a small folder icon. Click that icon. Obsidian will automatically open the plugins directory for your current vault using your operating system's file manager. On Windows, this opens File Explorer. On macOS, it opens Finder. On Linux, it opens your default file manager. This folder is where all manually installed plugins must be stored. Keep the window open because you'll need it in the next step. Now, locate the plugin you've already downloaded. Most Obsidian plugins come as either a zip file or a folder containing the plugin files. Typically, you'll find files such as manifest.json, main.js, and sometimes an additional style sheet file. These files are required for Obsidian to recognize and run the plugin properly. If your download is still compressed as a zip file, extract it first. Once extracted, you should have a folder containing the plugin files. Move that folder directly into the plugins directory that Obsidian opened for you. Be careful not to create an extra folder layer accidentally. One of the most common installation mistakes is ending up with a structure where a plugin folder is nested inside another plugin folder. The plugin files should sit directly inside their own folder, and that folder should sit directly inside the plugins directory. After copying the plugin into place, switch back to Obsidian. In the Community Plugins section, click Reload Plugins or the refresh button next to the installed plugins list. This tells Obsidian to scan the plugins folder again and look for newly added plugins. If everything was copied correctly, the plugin should now appear in your installed plugins list. Once it appears, simply enable it using the toggle switch. At that point, the plugin will function just like any plugin installed through the official marketplace. If the plugin doesn't show up, don't panic. First, confirm that you've placed it in the correct vault's plugins folder. Next, verify that important files such as manifest.json and main.js are present. Also, make sure you haven't accidentally nested the plugin in multiple folders. If everything looks correct, try reloading the plugins list again or fully restarting Obsidian. As a best practice, install and test one plugin at a time. This makes troubleshooting much easier and helps you identify any conflicts if something doesn't behave as expected. It's also worth checking the plugin's documentation for any additional setup steps or configuration options after installation. And that's it. You've successfully learned how to manually install an Obsidian plugin, place it in the correct directory, and refresh Obsidian so it recognizes the new addition. This method works whenever you need to install a plugin from outside the official marketplace. Thanks for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more quick and easy guides. See you in the next one.